So this is the fourth game of the Swiss qualification tournament, and we're all battling for top 8 positions at this point. And it's getting more and more rough because I've had the luck of winning up until now, and the opponents I face has had a similar history in this tournament. So this time it's against Peter Fuland. Some of you might remember him from the Rumble in Aarhus, where he was on Blue-Red Robots. I seem to remember I lost that match 2-1 at the pub. But this time he's on a more lean version of the Blue-Red Counterburn. It's an old school classic, definitely a tier 1 deck. But I'm not sure if what I'd rather face. I think actually I would rather face this than the robot version, but we'll see if that's true. I'm not really sure. So Peter starts out with a black wise turn 1. That's not very nice. So we take a bunch of damage and then proceeds to empty our hand with Sapphire into a Lotus and a Decisive Gen turn 1. Can't complain, but my luck is countered with Peter's luck, as he has a Chaos Orb and he immediately gets rid of the Decisive Gen here. So we follow up with a Scrubland and just keeps on pumping the creatures out here. There's a Serendipity Freed. And he attacks with the Factory, and I like to take it on the nose because he probably has a Lightning Bolt. So now we have a defending Factory. The Serendip comes in swinging here. And Hypnotic Spectre, yeah, there's the bolt. Hypnotic Spectre are not the best choice in this matchup, but because they'll always get bolted, but at least they can draw some of those lightning bolts away from the other creatures, and they can also block Flying Men. There's another Spectre. So both players seems to have emptied most of their hand now, but I'm at a good position here with the big beaters out, and as soon as I have creatures out with more than 3 in toughness, the blue-red counterburn deck has some difficulties in removing them before sideboard. After sideboard, I expect him to use control magic. Okay, so we get in with everything and then we time walk. So that's a bunch of damage already. We can just go in for one more swing. He has a Factory up, so I don't know if I'm bluffing here or if I have a bolt or a disenchant against him. I don't seem to have one, as I now only attack the 2 of the creatures, so perhaps I want to defend with that Factory. But anyway, we have him here. He draws into a Black Lotus, and that won't save him here. So that's the first victory. So it's 1-0 for the confused deadguy deck at this turn, at this match. Now it's the second match. This is after sideboard, and my sideboard options actually allows me to go more creature light in the second round if I want to, and in a more control-ish way. And I seem to remember to have done a bit of this here, sideboarding the Spectres out and getting in Spirit Links against his burn activities, and also red and blue blasts, obviously. I don't remember what Peter has sideboarded in. Perhaps control magics, in which case it could have been even more cheeky if I just sideboarded my creatures out and going for like a Dreams combo archetype. I have been dabbling a bit with that, with the transformation sideboard. But anyway, he starts with a Factory and a Red Mox, and I have a Factory and City of Brass and a Mox Jet. So I tried to cast it at his end step, figure that he can't counter now, but he has a Red Blast, so that's annoying. Just when I felt like I could set everything up, he throws a Monkey Wrench into the machinery. So we put out an Underworld Dreams. This is a very good card against such a primarily blue player as he is. Oh, but he draws that chaos up again. Oh yeah, and I remind him to take the damage from the Underworld Dreams here. It's something that can easily be forgotten. So there's the second Underworld Dreams. It's very Dreams combo. Has a very much Dreams combo feel to it now, the deck. So I suppose he has to use the orb on one of them before he draws. But he doesn't choose to. Perhaps there's something he fears more than that. Okay, he sacks the Lotus. And then uses he uses one of them on the Chaos Orb. Destroys one of the Dreams. I think that's a valid play. So now he has 2 mana left from the Lotus. Okay, and he plays a Serendipity Freed. So now he's on the offensive here. And then he shatters the Mox. Just to keep me from getting out of Jusum Jin, I suppose. So we put out a factory. Oh, this is awful. This has been done against my Jusum Jins quite a lot. And it's so annoying when you don't play white. But I Spirit Link the Serendipity Freed. So now each turn the Serendip, and not only is it completely paralyzed, it can't attack me, or it can't do damage to me, but each time it damages Peter in his upkeep, it actually provides a life for me. So each turn Peter will take 1 damage from the Underworld Dreams and 1 damage from his Serendipity Freed, and I will gain 1 life. Okay. So I tutor here, and then passes the turn. I wanted to get as many things off as possible in that turn, because he doesn't have a double blue anymore. Didn't see what that was. Perhaps it was a Sonic Blast? I don't know. Okay, but I Mind Twist him and get out a counterspell in a boomerang. And just continues to gain life. And it's so annoying for a burn player like the blue-red deck, when you just have a life gaining ability like this, because he wants to burn you out in the opening game, and as fast as possible, and it's really annoying. But I can't complain. This is the first time I've actually used a Spirit Link on a Serendipity Freed. I think maybe it's the first time in about 10 years. So he attacks with the Serendip, and I can't feel too safe here, because I still take those 3 damage each turn, but so does he, and I gain a life. So actually I'm ahead. He takes a damage each from each of those Serendips, and takes 1 from the Underworld Dreams. And he can't attack with the factory yet, because I have a defending factory. Okay, so we put out a Mox Jet. I'm a little bit mana screwed, it seems, but at least we have 4 mana here. And I have a disc in hand, but probably shouldn't use it at this point. The board state is slightly in my favor still. Okay, so he Sonic Blasts me. So now this is getting real close, actually. But he's at the end of his life as well. He won't make it. And I remember I have a blue blast in hand, so he can't lightning bolt me. But he attacks, and I take the damage. And then he has a Sonic Blast. So that... I was thinking, there's no way he can kill me now, because I have I can stop his bolt. and he'll die in this next turn no matter what he does. But that Sonic Blast, you can't Blue Blast that, and it kills us both. It's just an instant death. So it was a brilliant move. In a way, I felt kind of cheated there because I thought the game was in the bag, but he just, it was a cheeky play, and he managed to get a draw out of it. So that's one win for the Gael deck, and it's a draw. So we asked the judge what to do here, and he told us to play a third game. And since we like playing, we didn't mind. Oh, this is a brutal start. He starts out with a turn of 1 Library of Alexandria, but we have the 3 Moxen and the Black Lotus, and says to recall, and draws into the Mind Twist. So, I mean, how can you stop this? There's no way to do that. So, didn't even have to remove the Library of Alexandria. We can just remove his hand. But at least he draws into mana, and he'll need that. He has 4 turns left. Now 3. And there's none with dreams. And a time walk. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Peter. This is brutal. That's the second attack from the Decisive. And I tutor. I wonder what I do here. The obvious play would be to tutor for the time walk if I hadn't used it already. And the Ancestral Recall is used. Perhaps a sinkhole, just to destroy that volcanic island. Or to, I don't know, just to counter any Maces of 5th. Go for another swing. Of course, yeah, I tutored for the Wheel of Fortune in that game. So, that was like an insane start. Decisives are so strong. When you get them out and they aren't answered early. So yeah, the deadguy won this 4th battle. Now there's a final battle for the qualifications and top 8 position, hopefully. Actually, this tournament only had a top 4, so if you didn't make the cut for the top 4, I'd be out of the tournament at this point. So the next battle is pretty important. Yeah, but it's also against probably an opponent that has won every matchup so far. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.